Hello, my name is Jose Cruz. I'm a retired police officer from South Texas. Today I want to talk to you about school violence. You think we are all getting the right information about what happens in schools? Are the correct steps taken to prevent violence in schools? How safe are our schools? What steps are taken to protect the children? Are we being informed? While doing research, I found some important facts that we should be aware of. Administrators change or do not put the correct information on incident reports in order to report that their schools are safer, in order for the parents to keep their children in school and not change it to another district, in order for those schools to get more funding. In January 2012, according to the Department of Justice, many of the school systems are reporting inadequate, resulting from the lack of standardized reporting forms and the fact that school administrators were given too much discretion in deciding which incidents to report. We must understand that school violence encompasses a lot of things, and where does it occur? Violence in school occurs on the school grounds, on the way to school, on the bus, on the way to school in the bus. For example, definition of school violence. A young person might be a victim, could be the predator, or a witness to school violence. School violence also impacts and affects the adults that the young children have. School violence has many forms, from bullying, assault, vulgar language, which can cause more emotional harm than physical harm. And I say again, our parents being given the wrong information in order to keep their children in the schools. Quoting, in 2011, 20% of high school students were bullied at schools. 33% reported being involved in physical fights that year. In 1 month, 6% of high schoolers stayed home because they felt unsafe and did not want to go to school. Most of the incidents were going to school. More than 7% of the 9th and 12th graders reported being threatened or injured with weapons on school property at least once a year. An additional 6% admitted of bringing weapons to schools for protection. More than 50% of children have been bullied online, do not report behavior to their parents, leaving the parents with no idea regarding this behavior. Are disciplinary actions and procedures taken properly against violence in schools? Research shows that disciplinary reporting is not being done correctly by schools or systems. In an article that was published by the Department of Education, for example, while most schools followed similar disciplinary procedures, they vary quite in how they recorded and used incident data. A review of the system in place in the schools included as site visits found that collecting forms vary widely among schools. Serious incidents usually are regarded to be district or state. Victims and offenders are rarely reported in the system. Schools did not specify procedures in place to review incident data, and this is according to the U.S. Department of Education. Are records of violence of schools being reported correctly by the schools? I ask again. According to the Department of Justice, many of the school systems report inadequate results based on the fact that school managers have too much discretion in deciding which incident report to be reported to police or have the police department. And that comes back from the Department of Justice. So I ask again, how safe are our kids in schools? Do you think we're getting all the right information about what happens in schools? Are correct steps taken to prevent violence in schools? In closing, violence in schools is a great concern. For the number of children in 2015 It's estimated at 85.9 million. Um, is the system going to be reporting those incidents correctly to the police and handling the issues? What procedures will be in place? Would there be new laws to implement or be more aggressive toward school violence? And ending, how does the future of our children in schools end up? That are some serious questions that we, as parents, as community members, should focus on and address. Thank you.